I have seen so many women's magazines and male dating coaches that whenever women bring up penis size, or whenever there's a question of does penis size matter, the conclusion of the article is always, it actually doesn't matter that much, guys. I mean, it's always that as the conclusion. And I'm like, that is just false.
Yeah, these articles that you mentioned, they always conclude with something like, oh, it's not the penis size that matters, it's the motion of the ocean. It's it's about like if he can make up for it by going down on you and stuff like that. Here's the thing is like most guys, even ones with small penises, have bad motion of the ocean. Like they can't even do that, okay? A lot of them they can't go down, or they
have bad motion of the. I just like how calm she goes. They have bad motion of the ocean.
they try to go down on you, but then do it for like 15 seconds, like badly, and then they just want to like guys with small dicks are just as selfish as guys with big dicks, okay? Like
There we
they
go.
just want to stick their dick in and then be over and done with. Like they're men, like they still don't care about women's pleasure regardless of dick size, and so I don't see why I have to be extra charitable to sort someone with a small dick, knowing that he's probably not going to show me the same courtesy.
Right. That's also the subtext there, that somehow all of these guys who have smaller dicks are making up for it with other skills, but they all have basically the same skill set, no matter what their penis looks like. And I think that just comes down to, again, all the sex scripts being written by porn. So, and truth be told, the guys that have smaller dicks are probably going to try to murder your cervix because they have a complex about it. Right? So
murder that cervix, boys.
Like again, it's a liberal fairy tale where this is what it would be like if we were in an ideal world where everyone was cared about consent and everyone was a generally good person who cared about other people and blah 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 blah. The thing with these liberal fairy tales is we don't fucking live in that world, okay? Like we don't live in a world.
We don't live in that world because we spend too much time protecting men's egos, and this is a big area where their egos are being protected at the expense of our sexual pleasure. Why do we lie about this? Why do we lie about this? It's not to say that every woman needs a gargantuan dick. Again, vaginas are different shapes and sizes, right? So it just depends. So yeah.
What do we guess on these girls' vaginas? Big ones?
I don't know, but let's go
why
on.
should women lie about our sexual preferences and our sexual pleasure when most men go around saying mean shit and then being like, oh, I just speak the truth, or I'm just blunt, I just tell it like it is, blah blah blah. Like they don't care about caring about protecting other people's feelings. Most men actually get off on like causing women psychological anguish.
Who's the PragerU black chick?
And I think it's time they get a taste of their own medicine. But anyways, continue.
I think in this arena especially, because it's just way lopsided in favor of men because of porn. There's nothing in our culture that counteracts the influence of porn. Nothing. The only thing that kind of counteracts it is like religious conservatives.
Yeah, and I don't even agree with them because they're not. I don't agree with how religious conservatives are opposed to porn, not because of the way it affects women, but because of like they think just nudity is wrong or whatever. I don't like how they ignore the way that it affects women.
And it's very much Madonna Hall complex with religious people. It's not, like Lilith said, it's not really out of concern for the exploitation, the abuse of women. It's more, and a lot of them still watch porn anyway, so there we go.
Well, the one thing I'll say about that, and this is kind of related, but the one thing they do have in religious culture is the idea of guarding your heart and mind, which means that these guys learn that it is their job as a quote-unquote Christian man to actually filter out the things that they watch rather than just being coomers and then calling it feminist. So that's a little bit of a difference where I'm like, at least on the conservative side, even though I'm not defending their attitudes toward it, like they have some kind of mechanism where they at least acknowledge like, okay, you can't just be out here being a gross ass coomer forever. Like at least try to like not creep out your wife. But we digress. Let's go on. What's going on?
We digress.
And so I learned from my doctor that vaginas and cervixes can be naturally curved internally too. So if you are both curving in a different direction, that shit will never feel good. But if it curves in the same direction, maybe you would find men with curved dicks amazing. So the good news for men here is that penis preferences can go in either direction, because I think it varies depending on the optimal dick size and shape from woman to woman. Now, for example, I once dated a guy with an absolute anaconda, but it curved so severely to his left it made sex extremely uncomfortable and outright painful at times. He was porn sick, so I suspect his curving issues came from Peyronie's disease, which is what happens when men beat their dicks so ferociously they develop internal scar tissue that makes it excessively curved. Ooh.
You can do that?
This is valuable sexual information. Did you know about this before?
No.
I had no idea, but this actually completely has changed my just all of my, because I dated a guy who also had a dick that just like went completely to one side. It was like a fucking door handle, okay? Like I'm not even joking. It was like he would be standing there naked and erect, and it was like flush with the right side of his body. I'm not even joking.
I mean, can they actually like bend their dicks that way because of porn?
I don't. Apparently, he just really just masturbated a lot, and so
I just think they're like that. Is that for masturbation?
Let's read this Peyronie's disease description, because it seems that you can damage your penis that it develops internal scar tissue, right? Almost like
Like if you do the death grip thing, yeah, that's a thing. And so it
Death
was so
grip?
weird because if we were having sex and his dick like
The
slipped out for a
overhand?
second, it would like go completely in a different fucking universe. It would be in a different realm. Like
I think she was talking about the butt. I think what she just was saying was the butt.
it'd be like, where the fuck did it go? And then I have to like
Up your butt.
figure where it was, and it's like can't just slip it back in quickly. You have to locate it, use GPS
It's covered in shit.
coordinates. Like where the fuck is it? Where'd it go?
In your butt.
So the official Peyronie's disease description is Peyronie's disease is a penis problem. This is from WebMD, caused by scar tissue called plaque that forms inside the penis.
Penis plaque?
It can result in a bent rather than straight erect penis. So it says most men with Peyronie's disease can still have sex, but for some it can be painful and cause erectile dysfunction. So then it goes on to say what causes Peyronie's disease, and it says doctors don't know. It says doctors don't know exactly why Peyronie's disease happens. Many researchers believe the fibrous plaque can start after trauma, hitting or bending that causes bleeding inside the penis. You might not notice the injury or trauma. In other cases, it may develop over time, which may be linked to genes. In some men, injury and genes could be both involved. So basically, trauma to their dick probably developed over time of excessive meat beating.